Hi guys, welcome back to the Stage Performance Podcast. Hi guys, welcome back to the Stage Performance Podcast. Today I got to interview Colin Scougall. Now Colin is a renowned singer and performer in Coatbridge and basically everywhere. He's such a cool guy. And I've personally taken singing lessons from Colin in the past, and I thought he was a great laugh, he was a great teacher, and just someone really that had a lot of inspiring stories. And it was really exciting to sit down with him alongside the co-host James Monroe, and we had a great time. So have a listen. Well, thank you guys so much for coming.
Hello.
Has
it started?
Yeah, okay. It's literally that chill. It's like,
Yeah.
well, do you know what? So the interview, I don't know if this is going to go in, but like the interview that I did yesterday, we laughed so many times and I had to ask the question over again because it's so like there's no such thing as an outtake here. Like,
Okay. But you can't make any mistakes or say anything wrong. Or swear.
Yeah, that's for you.
Oh,
not
sorry.
for me.
All right, okay, so those rules are just for me. That's fine.
Am I allowed to ask why I've waited to the second series to be asked to do this?
That's Matthew's department.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll answer it. Yeah.
I thought either
Be
he's
to your guests.
he's
do you know
waiting
what I
to see
mean?
if he's going to take off or he's just struggling.
Well,
now.
that's it. You know, I'm just waiting to see if we can.
pressure's
Like,
on.
exactly. You know, well, I don't feel pressure.
We're still waiting for the answer.
What was it? What was the question?
Why did you wait until second season to get Colin on?
Well, there were certain people that I didn't want to waste their time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to, I mean, you're the best guinea pig.
I know.
But to be fair, he did that good a job that he's now a co-host.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe,
We'll
right.
see.
This is like your trial.
We'll see. How are you doing, Colin?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
It's my
Really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Before we get into the questions, I just have to say, like, you look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Not just because of the jacket you're wearing, but you're the healthiest I think I've ever seen you. Like,
This is
it's
the
absolutely
healthiest and
amazing.
happiest I've been in 20 years.
Really?
Aye, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Aye, it's great.
What was was there a moment where you were just like, I'm going to do this? Or was it like a gradual thing that you
It was last Christmas,
Right.
the Georgian Hotel run of gigs. 2 weeks before that, I opened the wardrobe to get my jackets out to see what I was going to wear,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing fitted.
Mm-hmm.
I was 20 stone,
Right.
and I've got all these beautiful jackets, nothing fitted.
Mm-hmm.
And I phoned a girl that makes me things,
Mhm.
Mary, and I said, Mary, can you make me two jackets so that I've got spare
Mm-hmm.
for the Christmas run? Because nothing fits me. She said, well, if you get the material, I'll do it.
Mhm.
So I went to my usual material shop, but because there's a cost of living crisis on,
All right.
they weren't stocking very good material, and it was that kind of dance school stuff, you know, it's kind of cheapy. So that's all I had to. So I took a red one and a gold one. The gold one was okay, but the red one was. So she made me them, and for the whole of Christmas, I was welcoming people in at the door with these jackets on. I was 20 stone. I was overweight. I was recovering from a chest infection. I felt like a bag of shit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I was smiling, you know. And after Christmas, that will never happen again. Never happen again.
Do you know, it's amazing because like sometimes you can be like wearing the mask, and as performers we all do that. You know, you no matter how you're feeling, you have to go on the stage and be like, "Hey guys," and no one would ever have known that you were feeling like that. But inside, you
It's
know,
terrible. So
yeah,
the whole catalyst was that 3 years ago I lost my mum, and I didn't turn to drink, I didn't turn to drugs, I turned to food, and I just ate my feelings, you know.
yeah,
So
and
we're now 3 years down the road, you know, you kind of work through your grief. And
Yeah.
of course.
So I'm on top of it now, but it was tough.
So how did
Heavy
you
going.
make the transition from, focusing on food?
Mm-hmm.
What did you find another focus, or did you?
Because I wasn't looking after mum anymore, I could take more work.
Yeah.
So and I cycle as well. I've got a tricycle.
Okay.
I've got a trike. So
What's that? What's a tricycle?
a three-wheel
Oh.
bike.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Uh,
Right, that's awesome.
so
So whereabouts do you cycle?
Drumpelia Country Park.
Okay.
It's
That's the
great.
best place in
Aye, it's
Coatbridge
great.
to
Nice.
just do anything. I
Aye,
suppose.
it's-
That's fantastic. You're looking amazing.
Feel
And
great.
I
Thank
do
you.
Love the
Thank you.
jacket. Was this made by your friend? Or
No,
was it-
no, this is off the peg.
Nice. Nice. No, that's awesome. And you're looking all right.
Well, thank you so much. You as well.
Aye.
I think we're all
Well,
looking
if we
brilliant.
start a boy band.
Oh yeah.
What would we call ourselves if we were a
Well,
boy
if
band?
I'm in it, it's got to be Old Spice, isn't it?
Or bald. One of the two.
We've
one of
always
the
got
two.
the same hairdresser.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah,
So,
it's fair.
What are we here to talk about today, Mister?
We're here to talk about Colin, and one of the questions I really wanted to ask is, how long have you been doing all that you do? So I know you've been teaching, you've been performing, but
Mhm.
what did you start with first?
I started as a horse rider.
What?
I was training to be a riding instructor.
Okay.
I was horses daft from the age of 7 till 25 when I had my last horse.
Yeah.
And my late teens, say about 18, I'd be singing about the stables. And folk would say, "Oh, you've got a nice voice. Why don't you do something with it?" But I had no confidence. I had 3 older brothers and a father. We all played keyboards, but nobody sang.
Right.
So I sang about the house and all that. "Mama, Colin's singing again. Tell me shut up." So I just put it to the back, but I was always singing about the stables. And we went on holiday, a crowd of us, to Pontins in Southport.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a talent competition. Of course,
Oh,
they put my
nice.
name down. And I went up and I won it.
That's it.
And that was the catalyst. The following year, I was in a blue coat at Pontins. And that was the start. You
That's
know,
amazing.
at the same time, I joined the local operatic society.
Uh-huh.
And I was actually a dancer. I'm just a chancer, but I was a dancer then. That was phenomenal. My first show was Kiss Me Kate, which is a Cole Porter
Okay, yeah.
musical.
Okay.
Aye.
Cole Porter, what else has he done? He's done various things. I've sung some of his music, I think.
Yeah, Anything Goes is his as well,
Yes,
isn't it?
anything goes. Did he do, you got to use what you want to, use what you've got to get what you want?
Don't know.
Something. Anyway, not important.
Big Coke. So that was the first show, and I stood in the wings. So I'd love to be able to sing solo,
Yeah.
and it just went daft.
So why were you
Yeah.
dancing initially in the Opera Society? What was-
They're short of meals,
Oh, right, okay.
and I was actually a dancer as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Aye,
That's
dancer.
so cool. This would make a really cool film, wouldn't it?
Aye.
Colin Scougall, the
that was-
movie.
there's-
Like,
If you throw everything in.
So how long were you at Pontins for?
Did one on season.
Okay.
On season, yep. And
You enjoy it?
that was great. Aye, it was a good grounding.
yeah.
It was an all adult centre. So I was like, yeah, sex, drugs, rock and roll. but it was widows, disabled, wheelchairs, and all that.
So sex, drug,
So
rock and roll.
so it wasn't, no.
No.
And it was a lesson. It was a lesson.
Yeah.
So we went a week before the season started, and we had a week's ballroom training because we had to dance all these widows and widowers down around the floor.
Right.
And we had an 8-piece band,
Oh, wow.
played live every night,
Wow.
and it was a great experience. Met lovely people,
Yeah, that's awesome.
and it's actually full circle because I now work for a hotel company, and it feels very much like the first job I had at Pontins.
Yeah.
You know, meeting all these people coming up
Yeah.
from England.
Yeah.
I don't dance them around the floor, but I sing them around the floor now.
It's really cool when that happens, isn't it? It's like the story's in motion, the stars align, and yeah.
But I had no vocal training or anything at that point, and I was the only blue coat male singer. There was female singers, but there's no male singers. So I got to do all the bulk of the male singing when we did the blue coat show, because you know they do a show. And the man who ran the band, Derek Lawrence, the DL show band it was called, he kind of took me under his wing and he wrote me some music and he got me up singing with the band. You could see there was raw talent there.
Yeah.
Encouraged me.
That's
So were you
amazing.
predominantly self-taught, like when you were singing? Like, did you find that you could sing before you took lessons?
When I started singing, I sounded like Belinda Carlisle.
Oh, right.
Ooh, baby. I had that, and of course I wasn't using it right,
Okay.
and I lost my voice. I lost my voice.
Really?
So, and went to had to go to ENT, to the
ENT.
specialist.
He's ENT, yeah.
And they pull out this thing. It looks like a big straw, and it's really thin. And he greases it all, and he puts it up your nose and into the back of your throat, and it's horrible. And he says, "No, you don't have nodules. You have swollen folds. So rest for 8 weeks." So that was right over the summer. So I had to write everything down. And my family were in bliss. They were loving it. What do you want for your dinner? I'm writing mince.
Well, that was a question that I had for you guys. Like, do you find that there are periods where you just can't talk? Like, say you've got a busy run at Christmas or summer. Like, do you say, right, for a couple of weeks, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to avoid talking where I can?
I try to, but that and sleeping. That's it, you know.
Yeah, sleeping's good.
Sleeping's good, you know.
I had the hose down my nose as well, but he said, no, there's nothing there, nothing to see. But I was convinced that I had lost my voice because I was sick every 2 or 3 weeks sort of thing. But as soon as he put the camera down and said, you know, you're fine, I was like, okay. But then that's when I started to get some proper lessons and tried to train my voice.
Well, they said to me in the hospital, the funny thing is, it was an Indian doctor, Dr. Singh, the vocal
Oh,
doctor.
really?
Oh, is that?
And he couldn't write it.
Nice.
And he said, get yourself a vocal tutor.
Yeah.
So I said, where did I get that? I didn't know anything about it. And he says, phone the Royal Scottish Academy, as it was called at that time.
Yeah.
So I phoned them and they gave me 3 numbers. And so I phoned the first one, I just rang out. I phoned the second one, left a message. Had heard nothing. And the third one was Maggie Cotter.
Okay.
So Maggie Cotter was known as Glasgow's singing teacher to the stars.
Oh, wow, right.
And she taught Carol Lola, she taught Delamitri. I'm trying to think who else. I think Hugh and Cry went to her.
Oh, cool.
It was a who's who coming out the door. Horse McDonald went there. So I went to her for 5 years and I sang nothing. All vocal exercises.
Right.
Really?
And I feel as if she was teaching me to be a vocal coach at that point, because every time she gave me an exercise, she'd tell me what it was for. And I've got 3 or 4 different tapes, cassettes. You guys know what a cassette is, don't you?
Very well. Yeah.
No, I've never heard of it.
I'm aware that I'm a dinosaur. Then I was a cassette, and I still use the same cassettes. And I went for 5 years, and then on my very last lesson, I says, I'm finishing up today. She says, well, we need to get you to sing a song then.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never sang anything. So the only song that I sang was Moon River at the very last lesson, because I was leaving to go to college to study performing arts.
That's so
And
cool.
of course, I was going to get vocal coaching there.
Do you know, it's funny that you can just underappreciate, like, when you're just starting, the importance of those exercises. Because when I was younger, like, when I was at high school, like, I could not care less about scales. I couldn't care less about all the I didn't really sing at that point until I came to you, actually. But yeah,
You've got a great voice.
Oh, thank you.
You just realise how good he is.
Yeah, no, you're really good. And you've really improved in the last, like, year and a half, 2 years.
Well, do you know what it was? The exercises, you were the one that taught me how important they were for voice. And it's like, you can have the best voice in the world, but, like, you can wreck it pretty easy if you don't treat it with care. And, like, you can really forget how just...
See, the default setting for somebody that's not trained is just shout louder.
Yeah.
And it's quite wrong. You know,
Yeah.
it's the ear. Here's your pal.
It really
You know?
is.
And the diaphragm,
Yeah,
which
that's
I
aye.
struggle. I still struggle to engage, but I do engage.
Took me years
But you
to
have
get
a
the
very
diaphragm
good,
working,
like,
years.
you are very good in the powerful sections. Like, your voice is a lot more powerful than mine. I feel as if every time I go to do something really high, I'm like,
But your top end, excuse the expression, your top end is unbelievable.
which is,
Unbelievable.
but it's good in the soft regions. See, like, if I'm playing piano and singing, but I don't feel as if I've got a great voice if I'm, like, singing powerful songs. Like, if I was to sing "Living on a Prayer," I'd sing it really soft. I don't have one of the, like, but you have one of, and so do you. Like,
You've got a big range, but you're just working on exploring it and trying to work out how to use the top
What is
end.
it your mum calls your top end?
She says I sound like a girl.
That's great.
She actually doesn't like my high end, but no, don't get me wrong, my mum is very supportive. She's very, but she's like, if she hears me kind of like doing some songwriting or something like that, she'll be like, do you have to write it in that range? Can you not do it like in a normal range?
And the thing is, the more you use that top end, it gets stronger. If you use
Really?
it right, aye.
I thought it would be
Aye.
a bit like weightlifting, where like the more you use it, the more you need to rest it, so that
If you use it heavy,
Yeah.
aye.
Use it, rest it. Use it, rest
use it, rest it,
Yeah.
better, stronger.
So whereabouts did you go to college?
I went to Coatbridge College.
Oh, right,
Aye,
okay.
It's Coatbridge College. What's it called now? New College, Lanarkshire.
Okay.
I had
Right.
a problem with that name because
You're not the only one.
20
I
years
think
time,
it
it's not going to be New
was.
College.
No, it's going to be old college. Medium length college.
I feel like there's something endearing to that. See, when you see like pubs and stuff, and it's like the old barn or something like that, you're like, I know it's going to be a good time.
So what were you a bass, baritone?
I was bass
tenor?
baritone. Aye,
Okay,
aye.
right. And has that changed at all as you went on?
I have my range has expanded. I actually went on a vocal course for singers. It was actually over at Motherwell College.
Aye.
The Estelle, you might have heard of Estelle? It was a very expensive course. And they said, no, you're a tenor. And I can go into the tenor notes, but it's not my comfort zone.
Yes.
You know, I know how to get there. But when you're going out and doing 2 hours a night,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to thrash the top end of your voice for
Yes.
2 hours when you don't have to. So just drop the key, just 1 or 2,
Yep. That's it.
you know, and be kind, because that's where my range is.
Yeah.
You've actually raised a very good point. This is kind of a question for both of you, right? Because you do a lot more singing gigs than I've only ever done about 2 or 3. But when you guys are doing a set, like in your singing, how do you structure it? Do you say, right, I'm going to start off light going in, or I'm going to hit them strong with like a couple of bangers, or do you?
No, I'll come in with something. So I'll open my concert. I would open with "You to Me" and everything.
Okay.
I would take the stars out of the skies for you. Nice and light.
Yeah, it's a good song.
At the hotels, I open with when you walk in the room, I can feel a new expression.
Oh, right, okay.
They're both in F actually,
Uh-huh.
so they're quite nice. And I'll do 2 or 3 warm-up songs before I try anything a bit bigger. But I've already warmed up before I go on anyway.
Yeah.
You know.
How long do you warm up for?
I warm up, well, because I'm at the Loch Lomond gig twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
I warm up from the Dumbarton roundabout
Oh, yeah.
right to Arica.
Oh,
It's
cool.
20 minutes, and my
Yeah.
tape's 20 minutes.
Aye.
in the
Oh, so
car.
you put the tape in.
Right.
And
So it's
then-
on my phone now, because I record it on my
Right.
phone, so it's
Yeah.
an MP3, and I just
That's
play it in the
amazing.
car and do it up the side. Empty driving part in the summer, not in the winter, nobody sees you, but in the summer, and folk are passing you, ha ha ha.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
There was one time I had a guitarist and a drummer, and we were in a rented van, and we were just like driving at full speed because I was driving at full speed because we were late, and I was just like, "Mummy makes me munch my M&Ms, munch munch. Mummy makes me munch my M," and they were just like, "Whoa."
Brilliant.
But it worked.
I remember years ago we were busking. I feel so, and I'm so immature for it, right? Fine, but I remember you doing your vocal warm ups before we went to bus.
Before we went busking.
Me and the drummer were just killing ourselves at some of them. Obviously, not understanding how important they actually were, but
What's
I
that?
just
We were
remember.
talking about, singing in the van.
Yeah.
So I did this tour 2006 or 2007. It was called Apache. It was with a 3-piece band,
Yeah.
piano, bass, drums, and we had some click tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Apache. It was a tribute to the music of Cliff Richard and the Shadows.
Okay.
And it wasn't a tribute as in I was walking on looking like him. It was I was the guest singer. So they would open the show with down, 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 down. And then they'd invite me on. I'd sing a couple of Cliff songs. I'd go off. They'd do some instrumentals. The reason I tell you this is we finished at 10 o'clock every night at the theatres.
Mm-hmm.
And the main aim was to get to the local chip shop, right? And you've never seen guitars and speakers getting chucked in the back of a van like this in your life, right? So you get a fish up on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I shouldn't be telling you this. Anyway, when
Exclusive content,
we
guys.
got to the chip shop, we got fish and chips into the car, and we're driving. The drummer was the driver, and he was a nutcase. And he's driving, and he's eating these chips, and we all finished our chips, and he'd start singing a dirty song.
Okay. Okay.
So it went like this. So I'll stop it when it gets to the bit. My one skin lies over my two skin.
Oh my God.
My two skin lies over my three. My three skin lies over my four. Please roll back. Roll back. By this time, we've all joined in. Roll back. Right,
Yeah.
Colin, your turn. So I had to sing any dirty song that I knew.
Okay.
And then it was the bass player's turn. And see, by the time they dropped me off at home, the concert, doing the concert didn't give me a sore throat.
Yeah.
I was hoarse with laughing
Oh
at the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And what was really funny about that was, when that tour finished, I had summer season in Aberdeen, and I was driving up to Aberdeen every Friday and staying till Sunday and doing 2 nights, and I was crying on the way home and all that, because I was on my own for 2 hours in the car. I really missed the company.
Oh wow!
I mean, that
right, okay.
abated, but
Yeah.
it's really strange because it just crawled over me like grief.
So
Wow.
you were used to the companionship on the
Team,
way.
the carry on
Right.
and all that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That is actually something I've. It's a really interesting perspective to hear about,
Mhm.
because like as someone that has only ever really went out solo,
Mhm.
I've never really and you've always done more band work,
Mm-hmm.
so you probably have a better idea of the camaraderie and stuff. But like to go from one to the other,
Mhm.
like would you say it's better if you are yourself to kind of stay yourself, or would you say it's better if like just getting about the people, or
Well, the age I'm at now, by the way, I'll be 59 in a few weeks. So I'm 60,
look
I'm
it at
60
all.
next year.
not
But
at
the
all,
age I'm at
actually.
now, I'm quite comfortable in my own company. You know,
Yeah.
so it doesn't bother me driving. In fact, I usually do a playlist on my phone, plug into the car for driving home for the gigs.
Mm-hmm.
And I would forget what I made up in the playlist. And oh, that's great, I forgot I liked that.
That's cool. Yeah.
I got locked up for talking to myself.
No, that's to be fair. Well, you were saying how old? No, actually, I'm not gonna ask. But what I will ask is, you just done a 40th anniversary concert.
That's right.
How
last
did
year in
that
October.
feel?
Oh, unbelievable.
Must have been pretty emotional.
I thought I was going to be a bundle of nerves, right? 'Cause-
Who wouldn't be in that situation?
and I wasn't too bad. I was outside the stage, a wee bit shaky, but once I got out there, and I'd put so much work into it.
So
you know.
what was the 40th anniversary concert? What was it for? What was it an
It's my
anniversary?
40th year on stage, because I first went on stage at age 18
Uh-huh.
at the local operatic society,
Yes.
and it was actually at Airdrie Town Hall,
Oh, really?
and that's where we had the concert.
Nice.
And so it was full circle.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, it was unbelievable, and everybody who was supposed to be in that audience was there.
Yeah.
I had friends from college I hadn't seen for 30 years came. I had friends when I used to run a bar.
Yeah.
30
You
odd
used
years
to
ago.
run a bar.
Aye. That's one of the reasons I got into performing as well, because somebody asked me to fill in with a band one night with keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
so
was like,
cool.
I'd rather be doing this and pulling pints,
Yeah.
you know.
There's so much Colin law. Really, there is. Like,
So what did you do for your 40th anniversary concert? What did you perform?
So I had my 8-piece band, so that's 4 brass and piano, bass, drums, guitar.
Yep.
And I wanted to make it all kind of up-tempo. I did the odd ballad, but I wanted to make it all kind of up-tempo. So I went for all the bangers, you know, My First, My Last, My Everything,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Respect, Erasure.
Oh, yeah.
Jess Glynn, I Hold My Hand, you know. Darling, hold my hand.
a jet
And
to your
Neil
holidays.
I danced up and down the aisles and all that, and I finished with My Way.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I thanked everybody, and I broke down. I was thanking everybody at the end,
Oh,
and I couldn't get started the song because I was so. The two things you can't do if you're singing is cry or laugh. You know, one chokes the larynx or one vibrates the larynx, and you don't want that.
Is it that irrecoverable if you
Oh,
start?
it's recoverable. Aye, you just stop crying.
Wow.
It's, aye.
Yeah. So don't cry.
Okay.
But it was phenomenal, and everybody was there. The support was amazing, and my dressing room was full of flowers and bottles and chocolates and all sorts of stuff. I was absolutely overwhelmed.
Was that like top 10 days of your life material? Like,
It's like one of my best, one of the best, and all the stars aligned because I was worried I would get so nervous that I'd be tight for singing. But I'd done my warm up. I'd done all the songs before. There was nothing new. I think I did do your preparation. Did my preparation.
Yeah.
And it paid off. And of course, everybody came to see it. Of course, I had a sport act as well, so they're all hitting the bar before I was on. You know, I had Robin Red. You know Robin? Country
She a
singer.
local singer?
She was one of my students. She only left last year,
Right.
and she's had
Red
number one in
hair?
the country charts.
Has she?
Aye.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I thought, and I asked her if she'd open it, and I said, "But I'm paying you. This is because you come to me for years and give me business, so I'm paying you."
Yeah.
And she brought the house down. She opened it.
Oh,
that's fantastic.
It was-
Jinx.
It was great. It was just a great night. It was terrifying. And we all went back over to the pub afterwards, and my family were there, the college were there, my neighbours were there, my cousins were there. It was just,
So would you say that's your favourite like performing memory then? Or does anything else beat it potentially?
oh, I've got a few to choose from.
Yeah.
What would you say, like, if you had to pick a few, even if you don't have a favourite, like?
I was singing at an event in London at the National Theatre, and I was singing The Greatest Love of All, and the front row was empty. It was a daytime thing. It was a kind of a child protection thing I was involved with, and they asked me if I would sing because they knew I was coming to it. So I did a song, and as I was singing, all the River City cast walked in.
Oh, right.
And I'm saying, I believe that you... Hi. I was totally distracted.
Yeah.
You know?
So you knew some of them, the River
Aye,
City cast.
aye.
Did you work on River City?
No, I didn't know.
No.
No.
Was it
I've had
just
some come for vocal
For
exercise.
vocal
Aye,
lessons
aye.
and stuff.
That counts.
Do actors, I'm guessing, so they come, is it mainly for musical vocal coaching or do they come for like speaking technique? And
It's quite funny, right? So, actors who sing, they don't really call themselves singers. So I'm a singer who acts a wee bit. I don't really
Right.
believe in my acting, but if I put my head to it, I can do it.
Yeah.
But it's not my comfort zone.
Okay.
And a lot of actors are actors, and they get a part and they've got to do a song, and the colour drains out their face. Brr, brr, Colin. And I always know when there's something big coming up because the phone rings. I've got about 5 or 6 new students, and I say, "Oh, what is it? Oh, it's the Citizens." The last one was the thing that Ricky Ross wrote. He wrote about, was it about Lockerbie?
Lockerbie. That was the first show the
First show.
Citizens did since it
So
opened.
there was a part for a certain aged lady, and I had about 4 or 5 ladies of the same age all came, and I knew them from different shows and different programmes they'd been in. They all came, and so it's quite exciting because you feel part of that kind of process of them getting ready, preparing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
know?
when did you actually start doing all the teaching stuff?
About 30 years ago, maybe 31 or 2 years ago.
So would you say like 10 years into your performing, you were like, "Do you know what, I want to teach as well?"
Aye.
It's nice. And
What made you want to go into teaching?
I wanted to structure it different from how I'd learned because it was quite strict, just the vocal exercises, the same at college, because I had to do all the Italian stuff like Caro Mia Ben and all that,
yeah.
and it was nice, and it's nice to learn a different language songs. But I wanted to make it user-friendly. I wanted folk to come in and relax. I wanted them to pick the songs,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, I've got people who come for singing lessons and they've no intentions of singing in public, and it's just therapy for them.
Yes.
They just like the chant, they just like the wee sing, you know.
I
So I
think-
tailor make it to whoever's coming in.
Yeah.
I've got Pelly Boy in last night. He's in in an operatic society, and he is as keen as mustard. With the exception of myself, I've never seen anybody work so hard at their craft.
Yeah, really.
And he pushes himself.
Yeah.
So I moved him on to more intricate exercises last night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because he's always wanting more.
He's wanting more.
And it's great to see it rubs off on you as well.
So it's rewarding for you as well.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
I think it's a really interesting point you make about like you want to break that cycle of teachers being super strict.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but like one of the things I always found with teachers was that the further I got in the career, the level of training, like the better the teacher was. That might sound really obvious, but I don't mean from a purely technical standpoint. But some of the first teachers that I had were just like not nice people, not to me, but like to anyone. And
You can tell if a teacher's not got their heart in it.
right, yeah, and I've always said this, and it's not a knock against teachers because you're living proof that you know you can be a good teacher, a good performer, and just a good person in general. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to come to lessons with you, right? Because I genuinely just no, but like it is like there was a lot of time we were like we just come and have a
We're
blessing.
gonna get your details in at the end.
No, that's fair. But like a lot of the time, like when you're starting off, there's some teachers that just shouldn't be in the field, and they have this attitude of like, even if they'll never admit it, it's like I didn't have my shot, so you're not allowed yours.
Aye.
But
And for the pension.
right, yeah. But then as you go more like people like you and then people like my saxophone teacher at RCS, like it was the first time when teachers were like, I really like that video you done, or I really like this or that, like, and you can bond with them and they treat you like an equal or someone that they want to help, give back, you know. And I think those are the people that really should be doing teaching, that have that kind of
The
caring
other
nature.
thing is you have to connect with your tutor.
Yeah.
If you don't connect with your tutor,
Yeah.
and I was lucky I had great tutors and the horse riding and then in the singing, you know, and you really connected with them, you know, and if you connect with somebody, then you know, there's no,
Yes.
it's,
I think anything that's kind of one-on-one, so if it's like teaching or like therapy or anything that requires some form of like equal footing, some form of like dynamic where you can go back and forward, there needs to be trust there.
in a performance, you're putting yourself there as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, you're I think we're all born with this innate need to be liked and loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're sitting in a room with, on a piano and somebody's singing, they want,
Yeah.
I'm singing and I want you to love it.
Yeah.
And I want you to love me. Yeah. And, you know, and the power of encouraging people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think there's something to be said for strict teachers and teachers that push you to do your best. But if that kind of initial respect and like trust isn't there, it can just come across as them disliking you or being, you know, and then the relationship breaks down and you don't learn anything. So
One of the things, a personal hero of mine that I'm just going to name Mr. Karma Productions, David Scott, like
former guest of the podcast.
Exactly, and just life mentor. Love you, David, if you're watching. He actually helped me.
What's his job? What's he do?
He does basically everything. He's a musician. He's basically, how do I describe it?
His main job now is videographer for a lot of just any sort of self-funding.
He owns a production company, but one of the things that he showed me, it was more of a business thing, but it applies just in general dynamics. There's like 4 personality types. It's like amiable, driver, analyst, and expressive. And it's like a scale. So if you imagine like dominant kind of driver up here, amicable down here, expressive this side, and analyst this side. And each of those, like you bond with the ones next to you, but you don't get on with the ones across from you. So if you know what your personality type is, you're going to find that maybe like an analyst and a driver get on relatively well because they both value like the facts. But the driver might not get on with someone that's amicable. But the amicable person is much better at people. Certain jobs are really good for certain temperaments. And I think like teachers, especially instrumental instructors, there's a lot of playroom because you could argue that there's skills on every side of the personality. So like you could be an analyst that values, you know, precision from your student, or you could just care for the well-being. But I think with every one of those personalities, like as a student, you find someone that matches your personality type, and if you can do that, then you're going to avoid a lot of those issues that we talk about.
I think respect's a big thing, isn't it? You come in and respect that I know what I'm talking about. I've got to respect what level you're at. And I've also got to respect the fact you come through the door and you're shaking like a leaf.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I need
Yeah.
to put you at ease before I even get you to do anything.
That's it.
My favourite phrase is like, nobody's paid for a ticket, we're not videoing it. Just relax, just sit in the stool, drink your water and enjoy it. And I always going to wee chat before I start. If it's
Oh, I
somebody
feel
new,
so
quite a
compelled
few-
to drink the
few
water
new
now.
folks starting next week. Aye. I haven't got a bar yet at the singing lessons.
It's you should. It's a skill in itself, like putting people at ease, I suppose. And because I think one of the biggest problems with my diaphragm was I was just so nervous all the time, in lessons and performing or anything like that. So I would initially just tighten up and stuff. It took a long time for me to kind of just go.
I literally took me about 3 or 4 years to get the diaphragm.
Right. Yeah.
3 or 4 years to get it in singing lessons.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Just and
Because people describe it to you in so many different ways. They're like, just relax it. It's like, how do you do that? What does that mean?
do it.
Just do it. Yeah. Nike.
Do it. Well, see, while we're on this topic, actually, then, what would you say, like, as a singing teacher, is some of the most common mistakes that like newer people or like just young people in general make, like when they come first come?
Any
right, yeah.
learner that's just starting
like
off.
I said earlier on, default setting is high, so I need to go loud to get it. I need to shout
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Right, that's the first thing. The other thing that happens a lot in this area in Lanarkshire is, and you see it when people are speaking in shops. Hi, how you doing? And they drop away at the end of the sentence.
You've told me
So
off
they
of
come
that a
in
lot.
and, when the rain is blowing in. Sorry, the words at the end of the sentence, you not like them
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
Can you please give them the same attention?
Yeah.
I remember once when we were like, it was one of my first lessons, and I think it was Creep we were doing first, and you made quite a funny example, and it's actually stayed with me for the good reasons. But like you were saying, I'm a creep, and that was it. You didn't actually extend it. You just this silence after it, and like it was quite funny because it illustrates, continue the word, continue the vowel. Don't just.
Do you think you've got any bad habits while singing that you're kind of aware of? They still linger. You think even after as a veteran singer.
I've got them on my wall. My discs on the wall. I can look at an album, tell you what I don't like. So
Okay. Yeah.
One that sticks out is when folks say instead of and.
Yes.
So it's not salt and vinegar. It's salt and vinegar.
Yeah.
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 Got me thinking there,
that
yeah.
kind of thing.
You've got albums on the wall. Is that original music, or is that
Some of it, but mostly covers.
right?
Mostly
Nice.
cover.
Nice. So have you been recording for a long time? Yeah. On the cassettes.
20 album. I started off in cassettes.
Yeah.
20.
20 albums.
Wow. How often is that then?
I've
Like
got
an
a
album
couple
a
sitting
year?
not out yet.
Or?
You've got a couple sitting
Uh-huh.
out. Okay.
Wow.
Are you going to be releasing them?
Yeah, one's a musical I've written.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask. I actually forgot to put this on the sheet, but like,
Segue.
yeah, thank you.
It's the same as yours. I watched your podcast last night, and yours is on the back burner. Mine's on the back burner because I haven't finished the script.
Okay.
Right, how hard is that? Right, see, we've worked on a lot of creative projects.
Music just recorded the whole album.
Yeah.
I think it's 18 songs.
Is
all
it the
done,
dialogue you'd
dusted.
say is quite hard
It's
for the
like-
script?
It's just to open the computer and type.
Right, you see, we've worked on a couple of like creative endeavours in the past. It was like a series we were working on, and like musicals and like just general stuff. My dialogue is always atrocious, and he has to step in and play.
It leaves
to
a lot
fix it.
to be desired.
But the route is there. We just have to like fix
I'll get
things.
to it, and plus I'm so busy now. It's just trying to find time.
Yes.
I took the laptop away on holiday with me. So it's just me on my own. Get the laptop open. Never unzipped it. Never opened it.
That's fair.
But I'll get back to it.
I heard a quote actually, and it was there's no such thing as multitasking, there's only multi-failing. And it's like, see, if you just attack everything at once, you're probably not going to dedicate as much time to something as you need. And see, for a musical, like, there's so much to it. I think with something like a podcast, the three of us can just sit down, have a nice conversation, you know. It only relies on the three of us being there. Whereas with a musical, there's so much that you need to get done. Like, you've got
the only thing
is it
is,
heavy?
I'm trying not to bump the mic.
I'll keep talking.
Sorry, James, I'll get it. Thanks.
But there's just so much. Sorry, go on.
The thing with
I
the
was saying,
musical
oh my
is
God.
that to put it on, I need 20 grand.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of, if I had the money sitting to do that, or I had the sponsorship, I'd be getting it finished.
So
But
what does that cover? The 20 grand.
That's
Is
going to
it
cover paying the actors and
actor, venue.
scenery, venue, everything.
Right.
Props, costumes, everything.
Yeah.
And I've kept it to as tight as possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Could you, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just excited. Don't hurt me.
We're having a great time.
Cut to the commercial.
I'm just glad to be out the house.
Yes.
Right.
On you go. You
Okay.
go first.
I've actually forgot. What was I going to say? 3, 2. Oh yeah, okay, right. Could you, in theory, go to like smaller companies and just say, "How do you want to do this with the actors that you've got?" Is that an avenue you'd ever consider trying?
Oh no, a control freak thing kicks in.
I don't know. Like,
I want to cast it
get it
myself.
right.
I want to direct it. I want to.
see, I don't know. I think as much as I get that, and I totally appreciate
But
it.
it's not my first rodeo. I've put on lots of shows and I've written shows before.
Yeah.
So I've directed and produced. So I know exactly what I want. I know what
No,
works.
that's
Right.
fair.
Okay.
Because it has to be funny.
Right.
Right. The only thing I'm nervous about is will they like the songs that I've written.
Okay.
You know.
See, I'd be the opposite. I'd be like worried. Is this a funny joke?
Mm-hmm.
But
But you're saying it needs to be funny. You're saying the dialogue needs to be
Yeah.
funny. Yeah. Is it a comedy musical?
Well, you got to make people laugh as well. There's a recipe, isn't there? Folk come to the theatre.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in Scotland, you like a good greet, so there'll be something sad in it.
Yeah.
You've got to make them laugh.
Yeah. You need to
Right.
take them on the journey.
Aye.
Yeah.
But the thing was that some of the songs I released as online during COVID. You remember the Coatbridge song?
yeah.
Which went crazy, went all around the world.
Right.
My first viral.
I thought COVID was your first
So I-
viral.
No,
The Corona
The
song.
Corona song.
Yeah.
aye. So what I've done is I've written them into the show.
Oh.
Right.
You know,
how does
so-
that come? I mean, you don't have to spoil it if it's like a top secret, but like, how would you bring that up in a semi-unrelated
So-
like?
The musical is about 4 guys that share a flat. Could be any city.
Yeah.
Right, Glasgow, Manchester, London. And they're all as different as chalk and cheese. And they share this flat. And there's a lady comes in to collect the rent for the owner of the flat. But you never see the owner of the flat. And she does more than she's supposed to. She does a bit of housework and all the rest of it. Anyway, she brings a pie in one night and puts it in the oven. Don't forget about the pie. And they forget about the pie and it burns. And of course, the living room, kitchen area's full of smoke. So they have to decant to one of the bedrooms. And they go into the bedroom and the main comedy character's like, this is like COVID again, getting locked up. And of course in comes
Corona song.
Corona, leave us alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And what was the Coatbridge song? What was that about?
I didn't actually like the music for that. The music that came about. I was working in New York City in 1997. I was living with a Scottish girl, and her husband was Texan, and he used to sing. He was from Texan. He used to sing to her, "The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas." So I took the music and I wrote, they love to fight most every night.
Right.
The folk that live in Coatbridge.
Coatbridge.
They all wear boots and white shell suits. The folk that live in Coatbridge. So I pinched the music and I wrote the words.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
and it went all around the world. There was like 40,000 views in the first day or something. And I get emails, letters. I got messages from Austria, Germany, France.
That's so cool.
Canada. People that used to live in Coatbridge and they made them feel homesick. And I only get 2 nasty comments saying, "That's not very nice about Coatbridge." And I just wrote back to them, listen, I wouldn't live anywhere else.
Yeah.
I wouldn't live anywhere else.
I mean, you're from the area and, you live there.
Poking fun of
I think.
yourself.
Do you-
And it could be any town that I'm singing about.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. You got to have a sense of humour.
You really do.
And
When I was watching your podcast last night, I'm just changing the
Yeah,
subject
yeah,
a
no,
wee
go
bit
for it,
here.
go for
So
it.
you guys met at, was it Stowe College?
Glasgow Clyde.
Glasgow
Clyde.
College, yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
that? Where's Glasgow Clyde?
It's like Langside.
Oh, Langside.
Rutherglen area.
And so, were you always doing music, or did you? Because you said you do singing. When did
Yeah.
you pick up the singing?
I picked up singing. I did dancing, same as you, and then I got. It was about 5 or 6 at a caravan park up in Nairn, and I won it.
Brilliant.
And then that was the
Loch-
same.
Loch Loy?
Yeah. Yes, Nairn Loch Loy, and it was that was it. That was the moment that was like, right, okay, this is what I'd like to try. And so went from dancing to singing, and when I was at college with Matthew, it was piano and voice that I was doing, and that was the same at university.
And so you did that. Then you went to uni.
Yeah, that's right.
You were at the Conservatoire.
that's what
Where did you
It was
go
a
to?
conservatoire, University of Aberdeen.
Right.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah, and they had some really good tutors there as well. So yeah,
And you make great friendships, don't you? The guys still got.
yeah, for
Well,
sure.
we actually
friends from
met through
college.
doing like work together. Like, it's funny because they say, "Oh, there's no friends in business and stuff like that," but like we actually met in business and then became good pals afterwards. Because it was like function bands that we were kind of working together in at the time, and then helping each other out with individual projects. And
I think if you
Good.
both come to the table similar work ethics.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
similar sort of skills, or level of skills.
Yeah.
Well, there's an element of respect right out the door because you already see, like, because I'd seen promo videos and individual stuff that he'd been doing, and I'm like, okay, there was a lot, there was some time wasters in college, not just in music, in any course. Like, you have people that are just there to kind of like get out of school early and stuff like that, and then there's people that are genuinely there and they want to do it. And I always thought, like, James is one of those people who's like, he's just got his head screwed on. I'm like, I want to work
still
with
like
people
that, even in the business.
Yeah.
I mean, I make a point of not talking about anybody else in the business.
Oh yeah.
And I'm certainly not going to judge MD for but the only time exclusion to that is if somebody's taking money and not delivering the goods. You cannot sing a note. If you are awful and you're out there taking money off people and emptying places, you know, give it learn it, get better.
Yes.
You know,
although that could be a service. You could, if you want to evacuate
11
people.
o'clock at night, ding dong, last orders, on you come, darling.
Now we have Jeanette. And it's like,
there'll be letters because we said a female.
Do you have any sort of? Well, actually, have you ever worked then with other creatives? Has it always just been solo projects?
No, I worked quite a lot. I worked. I did a play a couple of years ago, and I was actually in it, and I directed it as well, and I helped write some of it. Script edited it and everything. That was good.
See, when you say like you directed stuff, like this might be a stupid question, right? But like, does that include like the conducting side as well, or is there
musical
something?
direction? I've done
okay.
that too. But
Fair, like how is that? Like, see, when you're like, is it as hard as people say it is? Like, when
it depends. It just depends on how hard the music is.
Right.
If you're the band leader and you're sitting all busking, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 6, dancing 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, count it in. It's no problem, and then everybody just gets on with their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always wondered how reliant people would be in there. Because I remember, like, I was awful at like a lot of the pit worky stuff. Like, I had to really, really work at it. But like, one of the things that I would say for everyone, and whether this was like a band or whether it was like kind of like the orchestra thing, a lot of people didn't really look at the conductor past the point when they needed to. Is it still the same in that sense? Like, do you know what you're doing? Obviously, you know what you're doing, but would you say a lot of the musicians are like, right, I get it. And
Conductors have an idea about timing, about times of songs.
Yeah.
You're very, very rare will a conductor count a song in too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
He'll know. He'll have a wee tick-tock in his brain before he lifts the baton.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's how he keeps it together. And he'll be following if it's an orchestra, you've got all the music in front, the multi-layered. And he'll be nodding the trumpets just to remind them they've been sitting tacit, doing nothing for 8 bars, 20 bars, or and he just reminds it's coming up. You know, and my musical director I lost. He was with me for 23 years, and we lost him 5 years ago this year. And we would be singing away, and I'd be like, I don't know when I come in here, and I'd just see him put his head up like that and back down, and that was the signal for me, right, you're coming in.
Yeah.
He didn't even have to
catch
my eye or anything.
Yeah.
I just saw him going like that.
That's
it was like we were.
You were connected. You were.
I mean, you guys brilliant. He's unbelievable as well.
It's nice when you have that kind of almost transcendent communication with someone that you can just.
Aye, and this will be secret as well. The wonderful thing is, all my music is written to match my backing tracks.
Yeah,
so it's the same key, it's the same structure. There's the odd songs maybe get 2 choruses at the end instead of 1. And I have to remember that. But apart from that, it's the exact same.
Yeah.
It's the exact same.
So people can jump on with you on a
so
performance.
I can if you started playing it, I know that's going to be the same as what I've been singing last night to a tape.
Right.
Or to an MP3.
Right.
Okay. You know? So I shouldn't really go wrong.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's the same with bands even. Like, there's unofficial musical directors.
That's right. You can look up at each other.
It's
eye contact.
Sometimes it's a musical conductor for this specific part of the song for just that one person that knows to go right here, and then another person that goes right, okay, you know. So
or you could get the less subtle people like myself that are like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Usually give it to the drummer, don't you? Counts down with the sticks and give it to him.
Yeah, I do have a bad habit of jumping up and down.
But I like that. Like, you see, the thing is,
Come
right?
on, everybody.
See, when you have those that like you can look back and laugh at things like that. You can be like, that is that person. Whereas I think if everything is so, one of the major differences I always felt like when I was at RCS versus when I was at like Glasgow Clyde is like, yes, you could argue that RCS was probably more like sophisticated and like I don't want to use the word professional because we're both professional, but like there was like
had a more rigorous training
right,
course.
yeah, okay. Everything was right.
Yeah.
Everything
Side
was
reading, isn't it?
to.
It's all the side reading stuff.
But there was something about Glasgow Clyde where it was like the imperfection of like all of us like just young kids like wanting to be rock stars and stuff like that. Feel like it was like lightning in a bottle that you can't really catch again like as you get older and things got more serious. Like
Well, you were mentioning my 40th anniversary concert before. I knew the structure of everything. I knew my stuff before I went on, right? But I did a tour, 2016, and it was the Great American Songbook, and it was with Jim, my musical director that died. So it was piano, bass, drums, and it was double bass, big double bass. And we really just did busker sheets. We just did words with chords.
Yeah.
And he says, you'll know when to come in, I'll know you, blah, blah, blah. And then you hand over to the band and we do some solos. So we were doing this song this night. I can't remember what the song was. And I handed over to Jim and the instrumental, and he did this big, he's a beautiful jazz pianist, unbelievable. I've never met him to like him. And I was just watching on the stage. And he was just about to finish and he looked up at me and he goes, I didn't have a mic, so he just went, that's how you play the piano.
oh, that's cool.
And I out and back started singing. So we got to the end of the song and I was supposed to sing. See, I was just finishing on the word love and I was going, love. Right? So the band stopped and I go, and I held la, and I held it for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. And then and they were all clapping. I turned around and said, that's how you sing.
That's how you sing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was hoping you were going to do
See,
that.
going back
you.
to like that kind of full circle moment from the start, that just feels like a film. That just feels like it would be so.
But
such
there's
a
nothing
cool
written. You've got a rough idea, a rough structure of what we're going to do. Here's the songs we're doing. We don't know how long the solos are going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sure.
That's so cool.
So, do you have any advice for any? You're working with some younger people and you're teaching and stuff, and you've been in the performing business for quite a long time. Do you have any advice at all?
Yes,
Even
keep learning.
Keep learning.
Every day is a school day. I'm still learning how to sing.
Okay.
I'm still learning how to play the piano.
Yeah.
I'm still learning how to perform.
Yeah.
You never stop learning.
Yeah.
Never stop. You know yourself. Every audience is different.
Yeah.
And you learn something.
Yeah.
You know. For instance, I won't go near that woman that was trying to lick my face. When I was trying to get off the stage.
That's good advice.
That is.
Keep working your craft. Keep learning. Keep trying to find out how you can do it better. You're never the finished article.
No.
I think there's definitely a balance of doing that and like telling yourself that you're off. Like one of the things I always find really interesting, just in any walk of life, is like you see someone that might know a little bit about something and their egos are massive, and then you see someone that knows a really large amount of someone and they're insecure as anything. And it's like that whole, the more you know, the more you realise that you don't actually know.
No.
And it's trying to teach
my
yourself.
mantra for work is work hard, be kind, stay humble. And it's easy at this age. I mean, I'm sure I was pretty difficult to work with at some point when I was younger. I'm sure there's somebody will have stories, because when you go into business, you go into because you want to be famous and you want to, and then when you're champing in 60s door and you're doing it for 40 years, you're just glad you're still doing it and still doing it to a level and still doing it and earning.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to be fully booked till next year.
Yeah.
That's
when you're
class.
self-employed, it's you're like, what? So it's a very grateful age.
A lot to be thankful
Oh,
for.
yeah, very much so. Because I took a lot of time off when my mum was ill and I nursed her.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, and of course that was over COVID as well. And then work started coming by after mum passed. I thought, do they still want me? And I've never been busier.
Yeah.
That's
Never
brilliant.
been busier. So it's good. And it saved me because I miss my mum terrible.
Yes.
That took the feet from me.
Yeah.
Really did. And my work saved me.
Yeah.
I don't often tell this story, but my mum died on Christmas Eve in 2022, and I was booked to do a show on Christmas Day in Tarbert and Loch Lomond, and they wouldn't have got anybody else to do it. And my brother said, "You're still going to do it?" I said, "I need to do it. I need to do it." So I got into the car and I drove to Loch Lomond. I cried all the way there. I got out the car and I put my sparkly jacket on and went in, smiled and sang and did the show. It was a great night. I told nobody what had happened the day before, and then I got back into the car and drove home and cried all the way home.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if you can do that day,
Yeah.
you
Can
know,
do any.
you can do it any day.
Do you know
Yeah.
the song? My favorite song that you sing
Mm-hmm.
is that I Look to
I look
You.
to you. That's
Yeah,
my-
and
it's
I
not
think I
my
said
mum.
that to you before I knew the history of it. I really liked how you done it, and I think maybe that's why, in hindsight, because like the emotion that went into it, and you know, when I hear that song, I think of you.
So I was just listening to that song. It was just out, and that was about, that must be about 15 years ago or something. Is it as much as that? Maybe 14 years ago. And I thought, I quite fancy doing that, but it's a Whitney song. I need to change the key. I need to look at it. So, and then my mum took ill, seriously ill, and was rushed into hospital. And I was booked to go to Tenerife 8 days later. So I was at the hospital every day and she got a big operation, and they found a lump, and they took it out, and it turned out it wasn't cancer. I found that out the day before I was due to go to Tenerife. And she said, so I was in the hospital, and she said, "Are you going to Tenerife tomorrow?" I said, "I'm not going, Mum, not while you're in the hospital. I want you to go, because I'm going to be in for a bit longer, and I need you to be fit to look after me when I come out.
Yeah.
So go on holiday, and I'll see you when you come back." So I was sitting at the airport, and I was crying. I was sitting in my cases crying, saying, I should be at the hospital. But she told me to go, so I go. So I got to Tenerife, and it wasn't any easier. I was walking up and down the beach, and I was like, I shouldn't be here, I should be at home. So I'd gone to see some friends performing this night, and I was walking home, and in the distance I could hear, "As I lay me down, heaven help me now." And I listened to the words, right? And by the time, I thought, that's for her. So I used to do it in a concert. I used to always do that song for her,
Aye.
Do
you still perform it?
I haven't done it for years. I've been kind of looking at the old songs that I haven't done for a while, so
Yeah.
maybe bring it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All my gigs are dancey gigs now. They're all dancing, and that's brilliant.
that's good, definitely.
That's
Fantastic. Well, we're coming to the end now, but I have to ask, where can people find you if they see this interview and they're like, "Oh my God, this Colin guy's amazing"? Like,
I'm on all the socials, on the YouTube and everything.
do you have a favourite one or?
Oh, I like my Facebook.
Right, I'm so glad you said that. Right,
Gossip
I
book.
love Facebook as well.
I don't fight with them on Facebook.
No,
If you
I
fight
think
with me, I'm just finished with you. And that's it. I go into punt gigs and get a laugh and find out, who's croaked it, who's fallen out, who's
Yeah.
they're getting divorced, and I like the gossip.
that's fair. I feel like Facebook is like the most productive one. Like, it's the most formal out of all the social medias.
It's formal.
Well, I think like when you look at things like TikTok or Snapchat, like that they vary on how productive you can be on it, and you can waste a lot of time scrolling. Whereas Facebook is like less addictive looking. Like you can go on and just type the thing, call them out. Like,
Oh, I love Facebook.
yeah, same.
But I was bitten a couple of times, my fingers burnt a couple of times. So I always work on a Saturday, and I love Strictly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I comes home and I watch Strictly when I get home, or maybe Sunday morning. So I'd put on, it was just a few weeks before the final. I says, "Oh, the 3 finalists, brilliant." And I put a link to where the finalists, I didn't put their names. I said, "Oh, that's the 3 finalists that I wanted. I'm all excited, da da da. And here's the link if you want to go and look at it." And a friend who lives abroad now, an ex-friend, came on and said, "Thank you very much. We don't get it here in Cyprus until Tuesday." I said, "Well, don't go onto Facebook. Don't if you don't want to know what the result is."
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus you would have to have a link, clicked on the link to go to it.
Yes, 100%.
It's like, what?
That's annoying.
So things like that. And I thought, so now I don't even engage. If somebody starts picking a fight, I just, not interested.
Spoilers are bad. Like, because I had to avoid YouTube entirely when Stranger Things, they released, I don't know if you watched it, they released
I
it
knew
in
this
3
week there
parts.
was another.
So, it was like, I couldn't go on YouTube because it would just spoil it immediately.
I remember actually it was this wasn't Facebook, it was, I think it was YouTube, and it was a completely unrelated interview. It was like one of those late night talk shows. I can't remember any of the names off the top of my head, but it was some band that were interviewing, and then someone in the comment says, and it was the time The Force Awakens Star Wars was out, and he says, "I loved the part when it said read more," and then I click Han Solo dies, and I'm like, that came out of nowhere.
I know.
I wasn't even in a related video. Like.
I was in the Georgian the night of the final, and of course I'm getting down the road to watch it. And I refused to look at my phone until, because I wanted to go in and watch it. It had passed, so the winner had been announced. But don't tell me.
Yeah.
Get home.
Yeah.
Get me surprised.
That is fair. Well, we know we can find you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. I've actually really enjoyed this tonight.
It's been nice, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
been nice.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming
totally.
along. You're looking
Oh,
amazing.
my pleasure. Feel great.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.